see if I had like a couple of other questions that the panelists have, because I know I have one that's specifically saved for you, and probably one of the other callers online knows what I'm talking about. But I'm going to open up the panel to ask Brother Riddick questions. So if anyone wants to chime in here first.
Well, you already know what I want to talk about, JR.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's talk about it.
You and I we've been fighting the Riddick Bowe battle for a while now, because for some reason there are people that believe that Riddick Bowe ducked Lennox Lewis, but
absolutely not.
Yeah, and this is what I say. Anybody that was around at the time and saw the sequence of events know that Lennox Lewis was offered 8 figures to fight Riddick Bowe on multiple occasions and turned it down each time. So to you, Mr. Bowe, I wanna ask you, like, what is it like for you when you hear how the narrative has been basically mistold about the situation with Lennox Lewis?
Well, the thing is, man, you get some guys who are going to step up to the plate and fight, and you get other guys who try to hide by this rule, that rule, and that's what Lennox, that's what he did. So, but I would have won him a fifth, truth be told. But he didn't want to fight. He just, okay, we're going to go hide behind the WBC and get the title and don't have to fight. And that's what he wanted, and that's what he did. I just wish I had somebody to make him fight, but he didn't want it.
Yeah, like, I mean, for me, it stems from something like I had to get you on, Riddick, because of this. Back in the Wilder Fury 2 fight, I watched it on pay-per-view, and they had Lennox Lewis on as a commentator. And in the first fight in the pay-per-view, he said something about, the fighters in the 90s and talked about Evander Holyfield and talked about Mike Tyson. And then he said, something about you and said that, Riddick Bowe didn't want to fight me. And I watched it. I'm telling you, I watched it in the theaters. And I'm telling you, the instant that he said that, I nearly wanted to just yell and cuss out like in the entire theater, because I knew that was fake.
Oh, like, fake, man.
Going back to when you defeated Evander Holyfield for those unified titles. Once you stepped out the ring, you were face to face with Lennox Lewis and said, "Yo, man, I owe you one. I owe you a fight, man. I owe you a fight." Because that ref robbed you in the Olympics. And then Lennox Lewis and Lennox Lewis tried to say something about it, and when you said it ain't nothing but a word, I was like, oh, no. Ain't no way that Riddick Bowe would say something like that and say that he ducked Lennox Lewis. There's no way. It's impossible. It's impossible.
All right, let's go. I want you to know something, Bob. I'm not afraid of you, Lennox, and we're going to get it on. I owe you one.
Okay.
You're not the man I thought you were. You lied on me. I thought we was cool.
Yo, bring it on, man.
Yeah, I'm going to bring it. You ain't say nothing but a word. Brother Roddick was afraid of you.
I'm going to knock you out.
You was a chump. You ain't going to knock nothing out, Bob.
I'm going to knock you out.
You ain't going to knock nothing out.
You know I'm going to knock
nothing out. Why you know do it then? Do it then. You ain't do shit. I ain't know come off my feet.
You're the champion.
You had help from the ref.
You're the champion.
Well, knock me out. Knock me out then, Bob.
You ain't nothing to me, nigga.
Oh, watch your mouth, fucker.
Hey, look, man, touch him out of the way, man. You ain't nothing to me.
And so I said that, look, I had to go out and prove that to people because, of course, you got a lot of people over across the pond that still say that you ducked Lennox Lewis. And I proved on most cases that that's not the case.
You know what? To me, Riddick was one of the most feared heavyweights back in the day. I'm going to tell you this right now from my own experience. The man Larry Donald that I kind of trained with Jinx Morton. Listen, Larry Donald will talk smack every single time I'm around Larry. Finally got up at Riddick Bowe, and what Riddick did, smack him in the face. Larry went in the ring and ran around the ring. He ran around, and listen, I had to listen to Larry every single day talking, I'm going to get Riddick. And just when he got up in Riddick's face, he got popped in the mouth, and he ran around the ring scared like a duck. So you know what, man? I'm going to tell you, Riddick, we know you, bro. Wasn't fair to nobody. Nobody fair. Because I know Riddick remember Larry Donald. I know you remember him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Lennox Lewis, I feel like would have did the same thing.
Same thing.
Yep.
Same thing. They duck you, man. That's what they do.
Yeah, a lot of them guys, man, they talk the walk, but when it comes to, face who you're talking about, all that changes. It goes out the window. They become a different person.
Yeah.
Lennox did because he never fought me. Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, those supposed to be the two best cats in my era. They fought everybody except me. Explain to me why they didn't face Riddick Bowe.
Exactly. And Riddick, Riddick was a beast. I mean, he beat everybody. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
One person he lost to, and he still beat him twice. Come on, man. Everybody.
Yep.
Yeah,
now that situation with Lennox Lewis when it came to the WBC is kind of like similar to the Canelo situation with Gennady Golovkin, where the WBC tried to force you to fight Lennox Lewis, with Lennox Lewis being the mandatory. But the problem is that you were a new champion for the WBC. So under their rules, you were supposed to have a voluntary defense before even fighting Lennox Lewis in that first instance. So even with, the supposed offers that were sent at that time, by you and Rock Newman and whatever it was, you were still supposed to be entitled to a voluntary defense before even fighting Lennox Lewis that first time around when they were talking about that. So that's why you ended up dumping the WBC belt. And then as a follow-up, when you still tried to make the fight with Lennox Lewis while holding the WBA and IBF titles, you say, you know what? Even if you take the fight, I don't even have to worry. You don't even have to worry about the WBC belt. You could keep the WBC belt. We don't even want it. We just want the fight.
Put it in the garbage.
Right. And they still didn't want
it. Instead of taking what he's supposed to take, he wanted parity. He wanted the same thing I was getting. I'm the champion. Why should I give you extra money? That's why the fight never took place. He wanted too much money. He wanted more than me.
Yeah.